Do you have to write anything down or no?
No.
All right, good morning, second grade. Nice to see you. This is day 2 of computers. Let me remind you, in order for the class to run smoothly, make sure that your microphone is on mute unless I call on you. Really quick, let's do a sound check. Give me a thumbs up, everyone, if you can hear me. I'm going to scroll through the camera to see if I have everyone. A thumbs up. Thumbs up if you can hear. Keep your thumbs up. I'm scrolling through the camera so I can see y'all. Very good. We still have students joining in. Hello, make sure you're on mute as you come in. Very good. All right, so we're just going to go straight into our lesson really quick. That way we have time to write down any notes and then try to do what I'm expecting out of you today. So what exactly are we doing? Someone asked that question right when they came in. Well, today's objective is that you're going to collaborate effectively through personal learning communities and social environments. Now, that's a lot of big words in there, so let me break it down for you. When I use the word collaborate, that means I'm talking about working together. You are working with Mr. Z today, I'm at school, and you are at home. So we're working through social environments. Well, what exactly are we going to be doing today since we're working together from 2 different places? Well, we're going to do something quite new for second grade, and you should have received it in your packet, but we're going to be using a Google account today. Now, this is something that you used last year, but it wasn't specific to you. If you think back to last year when I had you in class, you would get onto a Chromebook and type a special code. That code was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me a hands up if you remember that code from last year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, now you're second graders this year, and we're no longer going to be using that generic code to get into your account. We actually sent to you a specific account that you can use from home while you're working with your classroom teachers. This Google account will allow you to access your digital classroom called Google Classroom. So today's notes is going to have you write down your Google account for education. Now, don't worry too much. Mr. Z is going to show you how to write it down. Mr. Z is going to show you how to use it. And then I'm going to record the video and share it with your parents via Remind. Now, in case I go too fast, remember not only could you review the video, but this information is also in your packet. So before we go to our Google account and write it, let's talk about what Google Classroom is. What exactly is it? Well, Google Classroom allows you to stay connected with your teacher when you're in school and when you're working from home. It allows you to do several things. Let's talk about some of those things now. Remember, Mr. Z said collaborate means to work together. So you can collaborate with your teacher in Google Classroom by posting or asking questions, sharing answers to those questions, turning in assignments, participating in group chats, and keep in mind that anytime you participate in chats, make sure your comments are always school appropriate and positive. Any negative comments will actually get you in trouble, not only with the school, but with your parents. And you don't want to get in trouble for negative comments, right? Raise your thumbs up if you can hear Mr. Z. And if you agree with me that only positive comments should be shared when chatting. Very good, Philip. Love the 2 thumbs up, sir. There's a big piece right here that says turn in assignments. Let me see if I can highlight that part for you. That's very big because right now for second graders, your teachers have worked with you by giving you a school packet. But as the weeks go on, second grade is going to start using their digital Google Classroom. So that means not only will you find assignments in a packet, but you also find assignments in your Google Classroom. So it's very important for you to learn how to log in. Now, I'll be honest, as second graders, it is okay to get your parents' help in logging in. I myself like to help my second grader at home too. So what exactly do I have to do, Mr. Z? You're talking about Google account, you're talking about Google Classroom. Can you help it make sense to me? All we would like to do is be able to create a classroom online so that you can turn in your work and communicate with your teacher. So let's get started with that. You're gonna need your Google account. Does everybody have a pencil and a piece of paper to write with? If you don't have it yet, please get it now. I'll give you a moment. You wanna have a nice pencil and a sheet of paper. You're about to take some notes. I'll try to make the notes very short for second grade, but you will have to write it down. Remember, you can also find this information in your packet. But I believe that anytime you write something down, it helps stay in your brain. So we're going to practice writing that down. This is your Google account for second grade. I'm going to share with you the parts of your Google account, and then I'm going to show you how to log in. All right, so your Google account is going to begin with the year you should graduate high school. That's 12th grade. That year is 2031. So everybody's going to write these 4 digits. 2, 0, 2, 3, 1. Everyone's writing these 4 digits. 2031. I'm going to scroll through the videos and make sure that everybody's writing down 2031. That is the beginning of your Google account. 2031. I'm going to give you some time. I see you still working hard. 4 digits. The year of graduation, 2031. All righty. Now the next part is going to be the first 3 letters in your first name. Mr. Z's first name is Nolan. The first 3 letters in my first name is N-O-L. I want to put that right next to 2031. Just like this. 2031, and then the first 3 letters in your first name. You do not need no spaces, and you do not need no uppercase. Just add it to the back of 2031. I'm going to scroll through my video, make sure everybody has a chance to write it down. Everybody's working hard. So far, you've written 4 digits and 3 letters. This is your Google account, boys and girls. Very good. Now,
Excuse me, I'm sorry. We just got into the classroom. We were having some technical difficulties.
sure,
Where
right,
does she need to be at?
sure, right now we're using paper and pencil to write out our Google account. If you look at the screen, it has the year of graduation, which is 2031. It also has the first 3 letters in your first name with no space, no uppercase. And I will share this video via. Now, boys and girls, after you put the first 3 letters in your first name, the next part to your Google account is your whole last name. Now, I know some of us have 2 last names, and that's very unique, but I'm talking about the very, very, very last name that you have, your very last name. Mr. Z's last name is Mr. Cepeda, so I'm going to use my whole last name, Z-E-P-E-D-A, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that to the back of the first 3 letters of my first name. So it should look like this right here. So now my Google account has 3 parts so far. 2031, the first 3 letters in your first name, and your whole last name. Don't make the mistake of writing down Mr. Z's information.
Mr. Z. Mr. Z.
Yes.
It's not here. Do we already have a doodle account? Oh.
Yes, they're already created. I'm just trying to share with you what that is. Now, boys and girls in second grade, this is going to be the hardest part coming up. Because,
Mr. Zapata, I have a question to ask you.
yes.
He has a Google Classroom account already with his teacher. Can he make another one with the same account?
No, this is the Google account that he has with his teacher. I'm just reviewing it with students, and I'm going to show them how to use it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank
No,
you.
you're good. No, you're good. Don't worry about it.
Mr. Z?
Yes, I'm aware that second grade has tried to start using this. I didn't use it the first day of school because I wanted the opportunity for second grade teachers to share it with you. Now I'm going to get more in depth in it. Make sure your mic is on mute. I am going to share the class video on via Remind so you can go back and review the notes. I just want to make sure that I get all the parts in there for you, second grade. Now, the hardest part to your Google account is your domain. And this is your domain right here. I'm going to highlight it really quick. Your domain is at, and that's the letter A with the circle. If you have a keyboard in front of you, it's right with the number 2 on the top of your keyboard. That is A with the circle. That's at GAE hyphen or dash, it's a line, SISDK12.net. You should be writing this down. This goes in the back. This is going to go in the back of your Google account. I'm going to paste it right up there so you see it. And I'm going to make it in bold so you can see the example.
Mr. Z?
Here, and I'm also going to make it just a little bit bigger, sir. So there you go on the screen.
Mr. Z?
Your Google account should look very similar to this. Yes, sir. Did you have a question?
No, I can't see the screen.
You cannot see the screen?
No.
All right, let me ask the whole class. Give me a thumbs up if you can see the screen. Show me a thumbs up if you can see the screen. Give me a thumbs up, boys and girls, if you can see it. All right, so I do have most of the class being able to see the screen. I apologize. It might be on your end, but I will share this video with you on Remind. Remember, as you come in, boys and girls, keep yourself on mute. Make sure you keep yourself on mute. I'm going to share this lesson with you via Remind. That way you can go back and look at the notes of the lesson. But this is what everyone should have so far. Your Google account should begin with your year of graduation, 2031. First 3 letters of your first name. Mine is Nolan, so I'm using NOL. My whole last name and the domain of at GAE-SISDK12.net. Now, you're also going to need a password, boys and girls. And your password for second grade, get ready to write it down. Your password, I'm going to put it in red for you, is SISD 2020. Go hard, write this down, sir. SISD 2020. Go ahead and write this down. And like I mentioned before, if I have parents joining us today,
Do we write
this is
that?
inside your packet. This is in your packet, and your second grade teacher might have already covered the components of your Google account.
Miss Z.
What I would like to do is share with you on how to access your Google account so you can join your Google Classroom. I have about 14 more minutes left. I'm going to give you a few more seconds to write SISD 2020 for your password. Keep in mind that it is inside your packet. All right. Now, even if you're not done, boys and girls, it's okay. Put your pencil down. It's in your packet, and I promise either myself or your homeroom teacher will make sure you have this information. I'm going to show you how to access this account using a computer. Give me a thumbs up if you can still see my screen. Very good. Appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open up a new tab. I'm gonna move
Teacher?
my video over really quick. I'm gonna wait to make sure that you guys can see it. All right. Now this is a new tab on the internet. And if you notice, this is a Google tab because you see the G in my search bar. I'm trying to point to it. Hopefully you can see it. And on the right side, you'll see 9 dots in the form of a square. Do you see the 9 dots in the form of a square? Give me a thumbs up if you can. All right. Next to it should be a sign out button in blue. But notice that Mr. Z does not have a sign out button in blue. I actually have a picture of myself, and that's because I'm already signed in. I'm already signed in. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to sign in with one of your accounts so you can see how it works. I'm going to click on that picture. And when I do that, it's going to give me the option to add another account. So right here, parents, this is where you can add in your students. If you're signed in with your account and you want to add their account to your computer, you click on add another account. It might say user. It works just the same.
Teacher, Teacher.
And then you get this sign in box. Remember, you don't have to write nothing down at this time. You're just following it along on the screen. I am going to use Aiden May. I hope you're in the class, Aiden May. Hello, Aiden. I'm actually going to use your account to show how we log in and join a Google Classroom. Now, remember, the first part is your year of graduation, which is 2031. Only the first 3 letters in your first name, and then your whole last name. Now, the hardest part to the Google account is your domain. You're going to use the @ symbol, GAE-SISDK12.net. Now, I know I sped through that, but remember, I'm going to post this video on Via Remind for you. Once you enter that information, you're going to click on Next, Parents, and then it's going to ask you for your student's password. And that is the password we just shared for 2nd grade. That is SISD2020. You can click on the I to view what you typed. You can also hide it and click Next. And
Teacher.
Aiden is signed in and no longer has a picture of Mr. Z. It has the letter A for his first name.
Teacher.
It doesn't have a picture on it. Save your question for the end, sir. Put it up on mute so I can make sure I get through this part of the lesson for you and your parents. Now,
Teacher.
remember how I asked about the 9 squares right here? Once you're signed in, boys and girls, the 9 squares gives you all the apps that you have available with your Google account, Genevieve. Now, if you have a tablet at home or an iPad and you love using apps, well, you're going to have apps tied into your Google account. If you click on those 9 squares, we call it a waffle. And in there, you'll see one that looks like a chalkboard. That is your Google Classroom. You click on it to access it. And if yours is like Aiden's, you might already have one from your homeroom teacher. Just like this. Your homeroom teacher might have added you in. Now, this is your assignment, boys and girls. Mr. Z is going to give you his class. So I'm going to join my class. To join my class and to join future classes, all you have to do is go to the top right and give me a thumbs up if you can see the plus sign. Thumbs up if you can see that plus sign. Very good. You're going to click on plus because you're going to add a new class. You're going to add Mr. Z's class. I'm going to ask you for a class code. Here is the class code. The class code is R, lowercase z, the number 2, lowercase v, the number 4, lowercase c, lowercase y. Don't worry about writing this part down. I'm going to share it with you via Remind. But as soon as you enter that class code, you click enter, click join on the top right-hand corner. You can click join. And then look, ta-da! Aiden is inside Mr. Z's Google Classroom. So in this video, I shared with you the parts to your Google your Google account. I shared with you how to log in. I shared with you how to access your apps and how to use a class code to join Google Classroom. That is a lot of information for a second grader. Excuse me.
I can't hear you.
All right. I apologize for that. Let me do a quick check. Everyone give me a thumbs up if you can hear my video, okay? Thumbs up if you can hear me.
No, your voice is gargled. They can't hear. You're going in and out. Not even I can hear
I
you.
don't know what's going on.
I am getting some thumbs up. I'm trying to speak lower for the mic to be able to pick me up. I will share this video online and I will have my email for you as well. I apologize for the connection. All right, so really quick, I have about 7 minutes in the lesson. I know that it was a lot of information I'm giving you, but what I'm trying to do is get you set up with your second grade teacher to access your Google account. So I'm gonna go back to my slide really quick and I wanna share this with parents. This is my remind for computers. I'm gonna see and make sure it clicks in for you. All right, I see it on my secondary computer. I hope that you can see it too. You want to send a text message to the 5-digit number on the screen. Parents, if you're there, students, if you're there, please write this down. You're going to text the number 81010, and the message you're going to send is at lowercase h, the number 8, lowercase a, lowercase k, lowercase g, and lowercase h. I will share this video on Remind so you can review it. I will share this code on Remind, and I will share the Google Classroom code on Remind as well. Please try to access the Remind so that you can review the notes here. And I have about 5 minutes left in class. What I would like for you to try to do, and I know this may be hard, but if you can try to get onto a computer and access your account at this time, I'm gonna make sure that I stay on and try to help you with any technical difficulties you might have. But at this time, if you are done, it is lunchtime. You're more than welcome to log off, enjoy lunch, but remember the assignment. You must access your Google Classroom using your Google account. I will share all this through Remind, boys and girls. Parents, if you don't have access to Remind, please email me.